I don't want to be an independent woman like that no more. I just don't.
I am so tired of being a strong, independent woman girl boss.
You cannot succeed in this country if you're a single person, I swear. And it's impossible. It's literally impossible.
I used to think there was something wrong with me because there's very few men that turn my head or get me going, if you know what I mean.
Because I am single, every friend of mine is a priority for me. But I am not their priority, like their first priority.
I don't need a man. You don't need a man, girl. You can be a strong, black, independent woman. I don't want it. I don't want to be here anymore.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Pearl Chronicle.
Because if it was up to me, y'all, I don't want to be an independent woman like that no more. I just don't. I thought I wanted to be an independent woman. Self-love does not mean that you are so independent that you don't need anyone. That's not what self-love means. Self-love is about awareness. It's about taking care of your needs first. But it doesn't mean that you become so independent that you don't need anyone, because what would be the purpose of this experience if you was here by yourself? If you was here all alone by yourself, then you wouldn't even know that this experience is existent, because it would just be you in the experience.
They pushed the I don't need anybody mindset so hard that people forgot humans are built for partnership. Now the same independence they praised is starting to feel like isolation.
I am so tired of being a strong, independent woman girl boss. I want to pretend like I don't know how to put air in my tires, pretend like I don't know that there's no such thing as premium air, and I never want to touch another doorknob. I want to be in my soft girl era.
So this is just going to be a little rant about how this country hates single people. You cannot succeed in this country if you're a single person, I swear. So I'm trying to move out of where I live now. I have a terrible living situation. And it's impossible. It's literally impossible. For a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house or apartment, everywhere I have looked near me is starting out at $1,200 to $1,400. How much is it for a 2-bedroom though? Starting out $1,200 to $1,400. So if I had a second person, this would probably be way easier.
They sold the fantasy that doing everything alone was empowering, but reality doesn't care about slogans. Bills don't split themselves, rent keeps rising, and suddenly having a dependable partner looks a lot less optional.
I used to think there was something wrong with me because there's very few men that turn my head or get me going, if you know what I mean. Just the thought of men, I'm just like, nothing. But then I was listening to Sprinkle Lady yesterday. I had a beauty appointment for 2 hours long. I didn't really get much out of what she said. She said, oh, this is how you get a guy to take you shopping, la la la. But she said one thing, and I was like, she's right. She said, she'll tell a man, I can't get excited unless a man is paying all of my bills. And I said, whoa. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that's kind of, I get it. It's like seeing a man in uniform. There's a TikTok video of a bunch of firemen helping people because they were trapped in an elevator, and I was like, good Lord. That does it. And also the thought of you paying all of my bills. Now, I'm an independent lady. I don't need you to pay my bills. But it's just that you did that. You know what I mean? What is it about that? Does anybody else, ladies, is it for you too? Something about that. And trust me, if I don't want you, I'll kick you to the curb and I'll start paying my own bills. But if you do that, for me, it feels like you're taking care of me, and that's odd.
Funny how the independent woman mindset disappears the second a man shows strength, protection, and provision. Deep down, a lot of women still respect men who can lead and take care of things.
Here's like a piece of reality about being single that I did not come up with this. Someone said this and I said, I'm taking that. That's so true. That's exactly how I feel. It is the fact that because I am single, every friend of mine is a priority for me. Like, they are a priority because I'm single, right? Like, but I am not their priority, like their first priority. Which obviously in like tons of cases I shouldn't be. Like if you were a married family, like the whole, you know, like it's part, like I get it. But I think that is what makes singleness so hard sometimes.
This is the reality people ignore. Friends can't replace a real partner forever. Eventually, everybody builds their own family, and the people still alone start filling the gap hard.
Yes, I'm still in bed. Yes, I am. I'm not about to sit here and jump on the bandwagon talking about I don't need a man. I don't need a man. You don't need a man, girl. You can be a strong, black, independent woman. I don't want it. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to take the trash out. I don't want to put gas in my car. I don't want to go get my car and the oil changed and the tires rotated. I want a man to do it for me. I don't want to take the bags from the car up the stairs in the house. I don't want to do it. I don't want to cut off the arm circulation because I'm only a one-trip type of bitch. I don't want to go through it no more. I'm ready. I think I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to split these bills. I'm ready to do the 20 and he do the 80. I'm ready for it, Lord. Send me him.
Reality humbles everybody, eventually. They spent years glorifying I don't need a man until the pressure, bills, loneliness, and responsibilities stacked up. Now suddenly the traditional role men played doesn't seem so outdated anymore.
The hardest part about being chronically single is not knowing where you need to be. For me, I'm constantly battling. Am I even living in the right city? Do I need to move? Do I need to be somewhere else? Even when it comes to going out, I'm like, am I going to the right places? I need to be trying different places. Someone invites me out and I decide that I want to stay in. I'm tired. I almost feel guilty sometimes. Like, well, maybe if I would have went out this night, I would have met my future husband. I'm getting to the point where I'm 31. I'm going on 32. I enjoy my nights in, okay? I also enjoy having a small circle over a bunch of different acquaintances, but being single, I'm constantly like, okay, I need to meet new people because maybe new people will be friends with my future husband and that's how I'm gonna meet him. When you're chronically single, you almost don't have that moment and feeling of peace because you constantly feel like, okay, if I was doing XYZ, maybe, you know, I would meet someone. The truth of the reality is I'm 31. I'm not gonna stay in every weekend and have my same 3 friends and end up meeting my person, right? I do believe that whatever's meant to be is gonna be in your timing, but to put yourself out there, you do unfortunately need to sometimes put yourself in situations that maybe you don't want to be doing. Maybe you want to be on your couch instead. I mean, to be fair, one time I did have a friend that literally dated the guy that delivered pizza to us, but to be honest, I prefer a no contact delivery anyways. Does anyone else feel like this from time to time? Because it can literally be exhausting.
This is what modern dating exhaustion looks like. Everybody wants love, but after years of disappointment, peace and routine start feeling safer than constantly chasing connection.
Listen, I need a man who wants to work, okay? Who likes to work. Like, I don't want to hear the complaints, 40-hour work shift. Boy, I know women who do that, and we do it on our periods. Like, so genuinely, what even is the excuse? Like, it's not, I'm not even going as far as saying, like, oh, you're a man, you need to build a house. But if you can build a house, if you know how to build a house, that's kind of sexy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the harder the job, the more attractive it is. And unless you're one of those oil miners or you're deep sea cave diving for work, like I don't want you to talk about all the time how much you hate your job, how much you wish you could quit, how much you don't want to work. Because the more a man complains that he doesn't want to work, I'm like, you see, we can't be partners in this life, because when it comes to the workforce, if you are the weaker link of us two, this is an issue.
Weird how I ended up as a girl who works. I don't know how that happened.
You're telling me as women this is what we fought for? To go to work. In any conditions. Impossible.
Women say they want equality until it's time for hard labor, leadership, and financial pressure. Then suddenly a man's value is still measured by how much he can suffer without speaking up.
Lord, I am not one of your strongest soldiers. And please, I need you really to send me my husband within the next 5 to 7 business days. Because I am not supposed to be walking down the street with a freaking gas tank, okay? I'm supposed to just call my husband, babe, I ran out of gas. Can you please come get me? And he's supposed to be there with my gas. And I'm supposed to be waiting in my car or my house warm, waiting for my man. Hey, this is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
They'll say, I don't need a man, while still expecting husband-level protection, help, and support on demand. That modern entitlement is why a lot of men stop volunteering for relationships altogether.
I'm gonna marry a CEO. He's gonna give me his card. I'm gonna be a housewife, and he's just gonna like let me be a girl all day. But yeah, that's my plan. My like life plan is marrying rich. So you live in Wisconsin, you're unemployed, and your only hobby is going to TJ Maxx and buying a bunch of random shit from China. So pray tell, where the fuck would you meet this guy? Because it's not going to be at the random hometown bar that you sometimes go to on Fridays and drink like Coors Banquet at. You have no degree, you have no business, you have no prospects, you have no life experience in general. Let's say you go on a field trip, okay, to an area with these people, and you end up meeting one of these guys. Do you really think that he's going to pluck you? Let's say you're super, super beautiful and gorgeous, okay, which of course all these girls claim that they are, whatever, okay. That's a story for another time. So let's say that you go on a field trip to a place that is really, really populated, densely populated with these rich guys who are like fucking CEOs or whatever you bitches are always talking about. And he picks you out of the crowd and he's like, oh, you know, I really like you. You're pretty. Do you think that after hearing about, you know, your life and or your lack thereof, that he is going to take you home with him and be like, yeah, let's get married next week? No. Okay, because there's an equally gorgeous woman, or perhaps even more so, because a lot of you really need to work on your fucking egos, who is sitting next to you, who has a myriad of successes. And what do you have?
Wanting a CEO lifestyle without building any value yourself is fantasy thinking. High status relationships aren't found in random places. They're aligned through lifestyle, discipline, and proximity to that world.
I'm just on here wondering if anybody's feeling the same way I'm feeling. I'm from Illinois, and I feel like the gas prices and the electric bills and the prices of food is just so overwhelming anymore. Like, I'm wondering if anybody else is feeling like they're drowning and they can't get out. I work overtime, and I cannot get above water. I mean, I literally have no gas for next week. It was either that or get a few groceries to get by. I hit my local food pantries. I'm just wondering if anybody else feels like they're drowning. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day.
Today, I'm really struggling with being single. I've just been crying. I'm not about to come on here and cry again though, because I keep on crying on TikTok and it's really embarrassing, but I'm just really struggling being single today. Like, I just don't want to be single. I just want to be in a relationship, and it's actually really fucked up. Like, when I actually deep it, that I feel like I need to be in a relationship in order to be happy. Like, that is actually how I feel at the moment. Like, I don't feel like I'm myself unless I'm in a relationship. Can anybody else relate to that? I'm just like, I just want a relationship. Like, I'm not, I don't care who it is, I just want a relationship. And that is so fucked up. Like, I feel like you should get into a relationship with somebody because, like, you love them and you're like, yeah, I want to be in a relationship, not because you just want to be in a relationship. So let me know if you struggle with this. I don't know what happened to me in my childhood or what has happened to me in my life in order to make me like this, but today I'm just struggling.
You kept saying work more, like it fixes everything. But when rent, food, and utilities all rise together, effort alone isn't enough anymore. That's why so many are feeling like they're drowning right now.
I truly believe that feminism is the worst thing that's ever happened to society. And I say that with knowing the fact that I am very privileged to be able to vote and to contribute to the democracy that I live in. It literally ruined everything. It ruined everything. Because in the 1950s or 60s or whatever, you could support a family of 4, 5, 6, whatever, on one salary. You could have a house and a car and 2 cars and send your kids to school, and gas was 50 cents and all this other garbage. And now people have to have 2-income households, or single moms are barely getting by. Single parents are barely getting by. On top of that, I'm now expected to work, which is the most trash thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Maybe I feel that way because I don't have like a big, strong career or whatever, and I'm just a server. I love my kids. I think going to work and having to be separate from them, especially my son, he's 9 weeks old now, and I have to go back to work because we need the money. We're financially screwed if I didn't, right? My theory on feminism is that it was started by actually like big corporations, and it was so that they could get more people in the workforce and they could get more people to pay taxes, and so that the rich people could get richer. That's my theory on why feminism was actually started. Call me crazy.
People keep looking for one cause to blame, but the reality is economic pressure changed the game for everyone. Housing, food, and bills rising faster than wages is what's forcing dual income households, not slogans or movements.
You want to know the hardest part about being single in your late 20s? And it's not what you'd expect. It's not the lack of a partner or romance or a man. It's the lack of other single girlfriends that are still down to do things at this age. I'm one of the last single girls in any of my friend groups, whether it's high school, college, or grad school. It's mostly just me now. And so when I want to make spontaneous plans or travel or do anything, I've accepted that sometimes it's going to be just me. And I've gotten really comfortable with that. I solo travel, I take myself on dates, I go out to eat. I've gotten over the fear of going out to an actual restaurant by myself. But sometimes I still miss having girlfriends that could be spontaneous with me. So I think that's like the main struggle. It's not even a man. I've gotten over that, honestly.
To be a girl, it's very expensive actually. Like to do your nails every 10 days, do your hair, to get all the lotion, the perfume. Good perfume is hundreds of dollars, okay? To buy these outfits, to buy the shoes, to buy all these things, to look like a 10. Then you have some girls that do all this, but will accept 50-50. That will accept going on a date with a guy and being like, so do you want to zone me? Or do better, babe, do better.
I'll say it, as a woman, I feel like we should have more sympathy for the male population because their lives have never been easy ever since they were young. I mean, once you turn 12 as a boy, you're suddenly competing with CEOs, bankers, politicians. For girls your own age, I'm so sorry.
A lot of what's called maintenance isn't required for survival. It's a lifestyle choice. The issue is expecting high effort standards while still wanting equal cost relationships without aligning value on both sides.
Everybody wants a rich man until they find out that a rich man doesn't need you. Until they find out that rich men have options. That a rich man can pay for somebody to clean his house, for somebody to teach his kids, for somebody to pick up his kids, for somebody to drive him places, for somebody to iron his clothes, for somebody to cook his meals, for someone to spend time with, for someone to leave when he wants. A rich man has options. He doesn't have to choose to settle down. He doesn't have to choose to be with anyone. He can choose to be with as many people as he wants. To be honest with you, as many people as will have him.
High value men don't need a relationship to function. They choose one. That's the part people miss. The higher the value, the more optional commitment becomes, not mandatory. Anyway, that's enough for today. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next video.